And okay, let's go. Welcome back to Western Mike. This is a new episode this morning, and it is about what is the nicest thing about drinking, uh, besides if any. What is the nicest thing about alcohol, if any? So, uh, yeah, we're going to get into that topic. Forgive, forgive the delay. Had a bit of a delay this morning. Uh, so I still had to turn on the. It's very strange here in Northern California this year. Although this does happen this time of year, it may be particularly strange this time around. It's a little bit cold, so it was freezing this morning, so I had to turn on the AC. Attempted to turn the AC off just now. It, it, the AC helps, but it just takes way too long to turn off. It's still going, so it'll do this re thing, and then yeah, moms used to say ringer, to kind of mimic things that she didn't really that she wasn't really fond of. Uh, so yeah, my air conditioner doing this ringer stuff, and then it just keeps going, and then and now it keeps going. So it takes a light year to turn off for some reason. Don't really understand. Don't really understand why that conditioner takes eternity, takes infinity to shut off. That is frustrating. So yeah, that happened. But the best thing about alcohol, don't worry, I'm not going to say something. I'm not going to make some wise ass comment and say nothing, because, well, then why did you do it in the first place if nothing was the best thing about drinking? The nature of drugs is that while they're not. Okay, there we go. Finally, the nature of drugs is that while they're not inherently good, there will always be some type of perceived benefit from them. Okay, that's just, it tricks you. So makes you think that you need it, but then every time you try to do it in a responsible way, you see just how arbitrary, frivolous it can be. So that's just the nature of drugs such as alcohol. But there is a best thing to it. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to make some esoteric comment such as the best thing about drinking is that you get to learn how to. Yeah, no, I'm not going to delve into any of that. No, not really interested in that. My take on alcohol, the best thing about it, and there is one benefit to it in my book, and something that other stuff that's not a drug already has. And basically, think this is what most people get hooked up on when it comes to alcohol is bubbles. There, just said it. That's my reason why how alcohol hooked me for the longest time. Before finally stopping, putting a stop to frequent uh, binge, nighttime, and weekly alcohol consumption. Uh, what what my great attractor was definitely bubbles, definitely carbonation. That was what reeled me in. It wasn't taste. It wasn't price. There was a point when alcohol and all alcohol is alcohol. You don't have to think about beer versus whiskey versus wine. All alcohol is alcohol, no matter how you play it. For those of you tuning in, thank you. Leave a comment, subscribe if you dare. All alcohol is alcohol. Okay, so the best thing about it, if anything, to me was honestly just the bubbles. It was the carbonation. It was an aesthetic effect. It wasn't really anything else. People don't drink for taste. Most people, they'll have, they might even not even drink whiskey or wine. They might have, 2 or 4 beers every few weeks. Uh, they, they won't do it. Uh, they'll do it every couple of weeks, and they'll have some beer, and then they'll have it at home. Most people don't even drink at the bar. They drink at home. Not like the bars, but not really a fan of drinking at the bars for various reasons. Um, but yeah, the only thing that really enjoyed about drinking alcohol was, and this is going to make you laugh. You can laugh. Bubbles. Bubbles, carbonation, stuff rising. Getting to look at that, getting to see how that looks, especially against certain aesthetics. So if you see the glass here, and then you have the wall there, or if you see the glass here, and then if you see this important person over here, shit, man, that's it's quite a view. So, no, yeah, shouldn't have interloped in any high stakes affairs. But here's the thing. The only thing about alcohol that really will be enjoyable is all the superficial stuff about it. Anything that you get into that's really kind of an intuitive thing about alcohol, you're not going to enjoy it. That's not going to be something you enjoy because you're going to cancel frequent drinking, but then in those effects, you're going to notice it, and that's a more kind of uh, inner kind of intuitive voice about it, and that will always be sounding off the alarm bells. I mean, the body is really good at detecting things that it should not technically consume. Um, Hell, even some NA beverages out there may not be the best. They might come in a can, they might come in a green bottle. So some of the stuff, even that enjoyed it, it still came in a way that would say, if I could do it a little bit better, I'd say maybe put it in a brown bottle, no can, no green bottle, just put it in a nice brown bottle, and let it marinate that way. Let all alcohol just be in a nice brown bottle. If anything, that's what I would do. I wouldn't vary up all the aesthetics. That's when it starts to become a bit of a pain in the ass. That's when it starts to become a bit of a pain in the rear end, and you're starting to get these ideas in your head, like beer is cool, but some of it is kind of a little bit petulant, or maybe not. Some spirits, even can be a little bit. Maybe some themes there can be a little bit immature. So it doesn't stop. Again, it doesn't stop with certain types of alcohol. All alcohol does this. There is some immaturity in the market, and that is because it's a bit of an immature thing to do. It's not really enjoyable. Moderate drinking is not enjoyable. Um, You're just reminding yourself of all the things you don't like about alcohol. There are a lot of things I don't like about alcohol. Don't like the taste. Don't like the psyching myself up, and then every time you do it, you're back to square one. You're like, oh, you again. No, not the people, the activity, the activity, the activity, the activity, the activity. Um, yeah, the activity is strange, um, to say the least. Don't know this whole thing about also having to worry about calories and the harsh reality that with every alcoholic drink that you put in your system, you are putting more calories into your system. Maybe not all of them, but again, if you're going to treat all alcohol as alcohol, then you are basically liquefying your calories. And yeah, from the last video, like, you learned that I'm a very active person, so probably liquefying nutrition is probably not. I don't really want liquefied nutrition unless it's a green juice, but even then, we'll have those maybe once in a while, maybe not every day. I'm going to have my mimic sweet green kale chicken salad. Say lad. Uh, Going to have that a little bit later after this. That's going to be nice. Going to fry everything up in a pan, and then going to get that together. And I'm going to get a nice high from those mushrooms. Those mushrooms alone can get you a nice high. Even those regular mushrooms, they can get you a really just pronounced, really profound euphoric sense. So, yeah, you can definitely get a euphoria from the regular mushrooms. Shiitake mushrooms. Those can get you kind of high. So, tea can get you kind of high, and mushrooms can get you kind of high. It's weird. Once you start to focus on your health, and then you see other ways of doing this in ways that are a lot more efficient. It's certainly a lot more efficient from a financial and health standpoint. And it may not be the. That's the thing though. In order to socialize, why do people want to spend so much on a drug that doesn't even taste good, that reminds them of fast food, that reminds them of other drugs that they're not taking anyway, just to socialize? There have been plenty of times. The other day was socializing with my friends. We weren't doing any drugs. We were, yeah, and if there were drugs present, we didn't really pay attention. We kind of noticed them, but we didn't really pay attention. It was after dinner time, so yeah, there may have been some alcohol present, but nobody was really paying attention to it. Burned a few extra calories thanks to the help of my friends. We did things like play bocce ball and all this cool stuff. We were in the park. We didn't go downtown or anything. We could have, but we just kept it uptown, and we went to the park uptown day. That was cool. Uptown weekend. That was nice. Like a nice uptown weekend. So yeah, even if go out later today, it's going to be an uptown weekend. Yeah, if you're kind of if like me right now, you're kind of in just a hangout kind of uh, period. If you're in a hangout period, the week is is chill for introverts. Chill. The week is chill for introverts. You could do that during the weekend too. You could turn the weekend into more of a hangout kind of thing and don't have to do anything too crazy. If you're pooped out, especially after a bit, because was having a bit of a binge phase back there, so I'm just kind of trying to recover from that. So basically, yes, I'm turning kind of the weekend into the week right now. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to treat the weekend as if it's still the week. You know how you get back during the week and you don't really want to do anything because you got so much done, and you get this kind of nice feeling. You get this kind of nice automatic relaxing feeling, just that you got because you got so much done, and you're kind of exhausted, but at the same time you have a sense of accomplishment. So while you're exhausted, you're also kind of you're kind of just super chill at the end of the workday. You ever get that vibe? Sometimes get the vibe of just want to go home. But other times, if it's an easier day, it will be already in a maybe not a good but decent mood during the week because we'll get so much done, and we'll also be tired. So being tired but having the sense of having gotten things done, that is a good potential replacement. That is a good potential replacement. And then it's just you turn the day into a workout. You're not really going to want to do drugs or do drugs. You're not going to want to do drugs. Yeah, I just don't understand why people are celebrating with liquid fast food during the weekend. Don't understand why people are doing something that even bartenders don't really do just because it's Friday or Saturday. Don't get it. Because really, when was doing that, especially the whole binging, it seemed kind of like not a bipolar, but kind of a suicidal thing. It seemed like kind of a suicidal thing to do. It was not celebratory. Binge drinking was not ever celebratory. It was suicidal. It was compulsive. So you're taking something that's already pretty. It can be cool with the bubbles, but it can be pretty powerful even in small amounts. And you're just giving it way too much energy. You are giving alcohol way too much energy. When you're binging, you're giving alcohol, drugs, fast food, smoking, negative, intrusive thoughts, way too much energy. At least just don't binge on this stuff. That's what I'm trying to teach people. I'm not trying to get you to, quit something totally. My whole thing about it is, yeah, like what other YouTubers said, instead of white knuckling, I'm just saying to myself, you know what? I'm gonna go as far and as long as I can. That's my take on it. I'm gonna go as far and as long as I can, and if have a drink again in the future. Kind of quoting other YouTubers. If have a drink again, it's not going to be for a while, but if do it again, is going to be some nice wine in a nice wine bar. But we'll do it every couple of weeks. This will not be something that we'll do every Friday, Saturday, especially because uh, even that can kind of seem like you're kind of giving it just too much energy. And it can be nice to have a weekend without alcohol. It can be nice to have a weekend without alcohol. Having a bottomless weekend can be nice. Yeah, I haven't really noticed anything. Uh, don't have any alcohol on my person. Certainly not in my house. We'll only have it in the house, and then we'll only have it in the house when I'm actually doing it. Otherwise, we'll just throw it out, and I'm not going to keep alcohol just lying around. To me, that's not really an attractive kind of sight. It's not really when are you going to drink that. It's kind of what are you going to do with that. Don't really want people seeing a bunch of alcohol lying around the house. If there are going to be kids over here, don't want them really seeing a bunch of passive, uh, you know, you know, alcohol sitting somewhere for a long period, just going undetected. No. Um, yeah, the only thing that I enjoyed about alcohol was the aesthetic pleasure. I didn't really enjoy putting acetaldehyde into my system on Friday and or Saturday and or Wednesday, Tuesday, or Thursday, or sometimes even Sunday, Monday. Don't really like doing that. Don't really like how even some drinks have kind of a they could be they might have a bit of a charcoaly or kind of a industrial kind of aftertaste. So yeah, basically, yeah, you're not going to do this moderately. This isn't going to be something you do moderately. There's no such thing as moderation. There's no such thing as moderation. There may be the easiest way to do drugs, like alcohol, but at the end of the day, if it looks and quacks like a duck, yeah, there are other beverages out there that have bubbles. So, if you want to reduce or stop your consumption entirely, probably better if you stop entirely instead of trying to cut back or reduce it, implying that you still want to keep doing it. That's maybe why perhaps cold turkey was better for me to do than cut back, because cut back is kind of a cop out, kind of implies that you want to keep on doing it. Alcohol in moderation, no such thing, no such thing. Yeah, because you're going to remind yourself of just what kind of hoops you had to jump through in order to create a high. And if you're doing those things, it's going to just reverberate back to the very same things that created the binge in the first place. And it might not happen now, but there may come a time when, there may come that time, and then you're really having to push back on this. You're really having to push back. I only want to have 2 drinks. I only want to have 4 drinks. I'm having a super tough day right now, even though I thought that you're supposed to drink alcohol only during positive moments, not negative moments. But I'm a little confused. I want to have only 2 drinks. I'm going to stick to only 4 drinks. Yeah. What about when you're dealing with a lot of nonsense? What about then? So, yeah, there's no such thing as moderate drinking. When you're drinking, you're putting yourself at the helm, and then next thing you know, when you're drinking, when you're doing this drug, such as drinking, and things start to hit the fan, when things start to go south, um, when you're dealing with a lot going on around you, and it can be even a good night, but maybe deep down there, somewhere your brain does not seem to be processing this. That's a good night. It's going to happen to you. It's going to happen to you. So just keep that in mind. That's how alcohol works. Uh, alcohol does not have a happy ending. Alcohol is all, you know. I'm really struggling right now, but I'm gonna do my best to only have less than 5 drinks so that I don't go too heavy or binge. And I'm going to try to remember this. See what I'm saying to myself here? I'm going to try to remember this by the time, 10 p.m. rolls around. That's way too late to be out anyway. To me, staying out until 2 a.m. is a nightmare. Like the people, just not the activity. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm just trying to spitball some ideas here. It's just staying out until 2 in the morning is an absolute nightmare, yeah, and is a headache of all headaches. I mean, even somebody like me with quite not a whole lot, but quite a few connections, just trying to do that until 2 in the morning, that is an astronomical headache. I can't stand that. Can't stand socializing past, let's say a couple hours before, peak time. So peak time is basically a couple hours before midnight, and then midnight is basically the peak, right? Uh, Most people don't even go out until a couple hours after drinking has started anyway. So yeah, you're dealing with a lot here. I'm going to wait until at least dinner time. Oh, but now there are plans, so now I'm going to wait a little bit longer, and then that might make me want a little bit more right off the bat because I was waiting a little bit longer. I want to reward myself. And now I think I'm going to, and then this, again, this is alcohol brain speaking here. Now, this is such a good time. You know what? I'm going to forget my plans to get home safely and to stop after a certain amount. And I'm just going to party and drink until the sun comes up. So this is how it happens. This is how it happens every single time. It's not, maybe sometimes, like if you have a lot that you're in control of, but you can't control what happens outside of your house, outside of your home. You can only control your home. I can only control this, and even that's moot because we're having situations with problem neighbors. So. No, yeah, the mental health aspect here in Marin County, the public drinking aspect here in Marin County, it's not too, it's not good. So, but that's what happens with a night of alcohol. Usually, it's not even usually, hey, I'm gonna have no problem having just 2 or 4 alcoholic drinks. No, instead, it's more like, you know what? I know that earlier I was going to contain thyself, but now I'm getting a little bit more relaxed, and now I'm going to just let that go. This is the alcoholic brain. This is the alcoholic voice. And it has nothing to do with anything besides you just like the aesthetic effects, such as bubbles against the wall, bubbles with your buds. Um, let me tell you something. They don't care. Not about you. They don't care about, uh, you know, the drug. They don't care about the drug. Your friends do not care about the drug. They're just using it. Okay, your friends are just using the drug. They're using the drug as a way to participate, as a way to conform. Me was drinking to try to be cool. Okay, was drinking to try to be cool. Was drinking to try to fit in. And would often say to myself, you know what? I know it's the plan, and I know that I could do it, but I waited so long for. I waited 4 days. I tell you, 4 days, and then next thing you know, it's just it's not even just nighttime. It's just binge drinking all day, talking since like 2 or 4 o'clock. As soon as you're getting out of work. It's like a second job. If you're not careful, drinking alcohol is like a second job. So, yeah, that's what the drug does. This drug is extremely potent. It's powerful. There's no such thing as moderation. And if you're doing moderation, it's because you're tired. You're tired. You're coming off of a binge. That's why you're doing moderation. You're coming off of a binge. You're seeing if drugs will treat you nicely, and sometimes they will. Sometimes drugs will let you off easy a little bit. Sometimes they will. But that night is going to come. That night is going to come, and it's coming for you. So if you're drinking alcohol, sometimes alcohol will treat you a little bit nicely, let you off a little bit easily, but that night is coming for you. Whether you like it or not, that night is coming for you. And you don't know what's in store. So this is the tyranny of drugs. Drugs are public enemy number one for anybody who's a little bit more flexible, maybe a little bit less, prone to emotional reactions and prone to, wanting to do everything as a structure. Because you do everything as a structure. The thing that the structured people have as an advantage is that they know what they're doing. So they probably just aren't even really concerned about, uh, you know, fleeting temptations. They're probably not even concerned about that. My problem is I'm a very flexible person by nature. So maybe for health or for finances in a way, but even finances, I'm actually pretty flexible. I mean, my gosh, I'm staying in my mother's house practically. So, had my mother gotten to be around, she'd basically be living here right now. Not sure if she was more flexible or kind of more structured. Think she even told me she was more flexible. So flexible people, you combine that with drugs, and it's game over. It's kind of a checkmate, right there. So you might have one or good 2 nights here or there, but you are just begging for it. You are begging for the binge. You're begging for the binge. It's going to happen sooner or later. Just mark it with pen, not with pencil. Mark it with pen. Uh, it's going to happen sooner or later. I hate to break it to you. Just this is drugs. All alcohol, all drugs. Um, yeah. So you're going to moderate, and then you're going to moderate so much that yeah, it's just you're tired from binge phases. That's basically what moderate drinking is. It's basically extended hair of the dog. So yeah, the only thing that I really like about drinking alcohol, besides of course, having a down moment about alcohol, because you're tired from all the binge drinking, is really the bubbles, the aesthetic appeal. Did not like the taste of it. Um, was Kept trying to, take in the taste because was trying to no avail. Was trying desperately to enjoy it. Not sure if have and because. The first sip for me was always kind of a little bit rancid, so not sure if my alcohol intolerance is a human body thing. Perhaps it's just the nature of my body, and that's okay. Not sure if my alcohol intolerance may be, trauma or something like that. I'm really not sure. But just not something speaking to me says that this has not, it's not what to do. It's not part of the schedule. It's no schedule. You can't schedule drinking alcohol. You cannot schedule drinking alcohol. Um, Alcohol schedules you. So, um, yeah, this is a drug. You have to remind yourself every single time. Alcohol is a fast food, uh, processed, sugary drug. And while moderation is technically feasible, uh, the last time you did any drugs, be honest with yourself. Did it seem as if you were doing things in general, maybe not just, casually here or there, but in general, were you doing this in small amounts? Uh, yeah, were you doing this in small amounts, or were you kind of being kind of like a kamikaze pilot? Were you being more of a kamikaze pilot? Yeah, and here's the thing: you finally learn to cut back, but then part of you is like, okay, cool, can cut back. So first was impressing people with being able to hold in a lot of alcohol. Now I'm impressing people with not having to have that much, not having to drink that much. How about just, do you want to do any of this at all? What about all those, hoops that you had to jump through? What about the constant reminders you had to do? My phone, when it came to reminders about taking drugs, was blowing up on me. Blowing up. Had to remind myself of this and that. And I'm a very flexible person, so it's easy for me to forget. Being absent-minded is one of my traits. I'm a quite absent-minded person. Um, so yeah, two drinks could really mess with you because you're already getting a sense of just you're not really doing it for the taste. So the fact that it doesn't taste good, that kind of alone is telling you, wait, what's going on here? Something is drawing me to this. It's not the taste, but there's something else that's drawing me to this. And then next thing you know, because you're not doing it for taste, because you're not doing it for any kind of side aspects, such as side hustles, such as getting some fast food, either. Um, yeah, that's when the overconsumption thoughts pop in. Day drinking and stuff like that. And even after having one glass of wine one time, wanted to get some really greasy food. Is moderate drinking possible? Yes, but the harsh reality is that binge drinking, it's coming for you. Okay, it's coming for you. So even if you're a moderate drinker, the threat, not perceived, but actual threat of binging is always around the corner, and you're going to have to constantly remind yourself. Um, Maybe your call is, if you do this still sometimes, perhaps you just focus on the bubbles, not on the taste at all, because then you're going to be reminded of what you're doing that isn't the taste. Perhaps you just focus on the bubbles. That's what was doing myself. I was focused on the bubbles of it. Perhaps it's just the bubbles and the just overall aesthetic appeal. It has nothing to do with anything besides that, really. But then other drinks, such as tea, such as maybe some, healthy sodas out there, those have bubbles, and nobody's gonna kill you. Last time checked, if you have some Na bubbles, if you have some Na bubbly, yeah, uh, you're not gonna be in a deposition for that shit. Okay. Um, if you have an Na beverage, you still have to do it in moderation anyway. But if you have one, all you're really saying is that you want to do something for the taste, and that's because you don't want to do it for other reasons. Um, and even alcohol in moderation costs $100. So, you stop at two, you stop at four. You're not gonna stop in general. You're gonna keep doing shit. You're Me was still doing shit after, even if stopped at two or four by the skin of my teeth. When that happened, would still be going to go get greasy food. Would still be staying up until the wee hours of the morning. So, and if that's happening even in those small amounts, then yeah, that's not moderation. That's not moderation. You're still in a way binging. So again, this is just alcohol and other drugs, is that even in small amounts, you're still dealing with the same effects. So you're already kind of going toward that kind of thing there. So you might be able to do that, uh, short term, but long term, you're fighting a losing battle. Especially because the only thing you're really gonna like is maybe some wine or champagne or whiskey or vodka or something like that. Or maybe not vodka right now. Vodka, you're in timeout right now. But maybe tequila, something like that. You might like that stuff because again, it's all the same, but versions of this. You don't really want those versions, don't think, because of or especially that way of consuming it. Uh, that version of it can be really inconvenient. Um, so moderation is just a reminder. Yeah, and then when you're binging, you're forgetting. You're forgetting about, the stuff that not only that you don't like, but all the stuff that you do like. So, you like the bubbles, you like the against the wall with your buddies. You like that stuff about it. Don't get me wrong. Aren't I right? Aren't I right? You like that part of it. Otherwise, what else would you be doing right now? You could probably be going to the spa right now. Um, not not spa. You could be going to the spa right now instead. But yeah, there's no such thing as drinking in moderation because moderation costs $100 and reminds you of where you're headed, of where you're headed, even when you somehow manage to control this thing. So um, yeah, because especially you're doing that regularly, certain occasion comes along and everything's just gonna fly out the window. No rules for tonight. Tonight is a kamikaze night, and don't know why, but there's just something in my gut that is telling me that if I continue to at least do this from a frequent basis, am subjecting myself to a potential dark side moment. Kind of, miles from the movie Sideways. I'm kind of subjecting myself to an eventual dark side, and just set your watch to it. So mark it on your calendar. Tell your iPhone to remind you 15 minutes before or a day before, whichever you prefer. No, but yeah, I don't even like to set reminders on my phone. I hate doing that. I hate it. I hate it. I don't like this whole thing of loading up your phone with calendar reminders and alarms. I'm trying to use my alarm instead of my calendar because even with just a few simple reminders, your calendar blows up and blows up your day. So I'm just trying to use alarms until we'll remember that little tidbit there, and then we'll just we'll just say sorry, Nora, don't ever want to see you on my phone again. That can be cool, and that can be a better way to use your phone. But me, I just cannot stand reminders. Can't stand. I just absolutely cannot stand organizing tools. Because especially if you're on your phone, you're probably doing free time. What's the point of doing everything? What's the point of doing everything in such a strict manner? What is the point of doing things in such a strict way where you have to do everything the same at all points of the day, day in, day out, week in, week out? I don't like that. I don't like that. Especially your own personal time. You've already done some stuff before, so then you could look for something new to do. You don't have to. You don't have to focus on stuff that you've already done. That's just not how the human body works. The human body was designed to uh, seek out new opportunities and to see what else lies ahead. The human body is not designed for the tyranny of familiarity. Uh, and why should that happen? I mean, Yeah, peeps usually tell me you need to you need to find some new hobbies. You need to find some new hobbies, son. You need to you need to look forward to something on the weekend that's something you haven't really tried before. So, yeah, you're going to drink. Just know that you are at the helm. And the only thing that you're really going to like about it is stuff that is really just kind of a misnomer. That's part of other experiences anyway. And nobody's going to dock you. Nobody's going to dock you if you prefer a little bit of NA bubbly. So, if you have something, if it has bubbles in it, then, you've done your piece and just move on. To me, what's nice about NA beverages is that they mimic all the aesthetics, but then they just don't put you through these constant time-wasting hoops. That's what it does for me, and you still get a bit of a buzz. So you will still get a bit of a buzz, and yeah, you have to pay attention to that. You can still get a bit of a buzz from that stuff. Yeah, nobody's saying that you're sacrificing something. In fact, you may be gaining something. People now prefer alcoholic free beverages because they still have a bit of a buzz. They still have some effects, but they don't have crazy effects that kind of negate the few aspects that you really do enjoy. Um, and that's kind of what fast food was doing for me. When was doing fast food was doing fast food because really liked the look of the burger, really liked the look of the fish sando. Even thinking about it right now, honestly, making me salivate. It's not making me think, oh, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Don't be ungrateful. Don't be an ungrateful prick. I'm not doing that. I'm saying, this stuff can be really pretty delectable. But then again, there's stuff about it that's an oversight. Um, People have a hard time, maintaining this stuff. I can't blame you. This is some of the most prickly kind of bureaucratic stuff around. If you don't like bureaucracy, bureaucracy is okay. Just don't like pointless bureaucracy. I actually kind of like bureaucracy in a way because it's an opportunity for me to show that it's not really affecting me. So, but pointless bureaucracy is kind of my struggle. That's my that's my annoyance. That's my annoyance. Just useless red tape. And to me, drinking alcohol is just a bunch of useless red tape. And that's annoying. Why would you want something slowing you down? You have to deal with all these regulations the whole night you're doing it. Only once every couple of weeks. What is the point? Don't you just, what is a pint? Don't you just want to, what is a pint? Don't you just want to do something where you don't have to rule, where rules won't rule the night? Because that's what's happening. When you're doing this stuff, rules will rule your night. Don't you want less rules, not more? Don't you want less reminders on your phone, not more? Hey, don't do this or you'll mess up. Hey, remember this or your evening's not going to be as, perfect as you want. And that's a personality that is just not my personality. If that's some people's personality, that may even be cool for them. That may be even cool for me. But that is just not the personality that speaks to my personality. I'm a very flexible. I'm a Um, no, yeah, I'm averse to constantly doing everything the same way, especially because it's about rules. I'm really averse to that. Really like to do things differently. Really like to just be kind of open to different things. So yeah, I was going to drink in a week or so, but then friends wanted to hang out and do something at, say, a spa or something. I don't know, play basketball or something. Maybe play basketball at a spa or something. I don't know. Spa basketball. Huh, wonder about that. How about that? Um, oh yeah, let's do something here. I think I remember this. Um, yeah, it's a spa basketball. That's that's pretty funny. I think what is my what I just came up with this thing called spa basketball. And I think what do I think? Uh, yeah, we'll see, we'll see. But yeah, no, this is bullshit. It's just a lot of things. A lot of things are bullshit, and the people, your dealers, your pusher man, will even tell you it's bullshit. Um, because uh, the host of the virus, the virus is warning the host well before it gets there. So yeah, you can probably do this stuff, sometimes. You could probably have an alcoholic beverage every other week, and you could probably have up to four even. Um, but doing this as a regular occurrence, doing this as a sport, as a second job, um, yeah, that's gonna be just yeah. Not sure if hate drugs, like drinking overall, just don't like much of much, if not most of the aspects of it. Yeah, you're just having to make sure that you're not getting drunk, and you get drunk and you're having to would see this from characters in movies, would see this in real life, would see it in real life. People really pushing back against it once it starts to overtake their evening, once it starts to become their evening. It starts to not become a social participatory award anymore. Now it's a front line. So, no, yeah, just you do that stuff, be very, very careful. Please, just maybe you could do it, but if do drugs, you should do. It's better you do drugs. Just occasionally, casually. Um, well, like I said, most people it's a couple beers in their home, and not every time it's Friday or Saturday evening. Sometimes they might even skip that. So, yeah, just things to keep in mind. Most people are not trying to make this their second job. So, and the only thing really that is enjoyable about this, and this is where we're going to leave off here. Last call, last call. The only thing that the last call, 5 minutes. The only thing that you're going to, the only thing that you'll really like about this, maybe hops, perhaps. Um, there is some wine in town that we really like. It's really smooth, so we'll at least do that. We'll at least do that every now and again, because that wine is smooth as butter. So we'll do that. But besides that, I'm done. I'm done. Because just don't want to constantly be trying not to get drunk, or trying to constantly be in damage control because I'm drunk. Don't want to deal with all those rules, and don't really like doing the same thing over and over again. Damn it. So yeah, the only thing you're really gonna like about this, maybe besides some taste, because that's the exception, not the rule. It's the exception, not the rule. Um, yeah, you'll like the bubbles, maybe. You won't even like the smell. Let's talk about the smell for a minute. Let's talk about the smell for a minute. Alcohol smell is terrible. Alcohol smell is really, really bad. Um, Alcohol smells like a pissed off fish. Alcohol smells like a targeted fish. It smells like fish. IPA smells and tastes like fish. It doesn't. It's not a very pleasant kind of a tone. So, yeah, no, and it tricks you, right? So it kind of makes you think, yeah, you're gonna do it for a taste, but then you don't really do it for taste, so you're doing it for something else. You're doing it because of something else. Yeah, why do something if the taste isn't good? Why do something if it doesn't smell good? To me, that's kind of a red flag. If something doesn't taste or smell good, it's kind of, for me, my schedule, that's kind of a red flag. The only thing that really enjoyed about this, that would do it still sometimes anyway, not all the time. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't do drugs all the time. Even if you do drugs, don't do them all the time. Okay, please don't do that. No, please don't fucking do that. That is the absolute worst. Don't increase. Just either decrease or keep it here. Keep it here, not up here. Keep it here. The only thing you'll really like are the bubbles. Even some red wine has some nice bubbles, which is kind of cool. You can't see it, but even red wine has some cool bubbles in it, which is really kind of something that's really kind of neat. That's pretty neat, how they will make this red wine. Some of these places will make this really, really quite, stand out kind of wine, and it'll have these nice bubbles. And you can't see them in the glass, but you can see them at the top. That's carbonation. That's quality right there. So you want some carbonation. You don't want none, but you don't want too much either. You want some. And I think most people doing this, they struggle with that concept. You don't want none, but you don't want too much. You want some. So yeah, it's really just a carbonation, and even reviewers will say that. That's usually their first line. It's not taste, smell, it's carbonation. It's aesthetics. Thanks. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. See you in the next video, and have a good week. Have a good weekend, and talk to you guys soon. Thanks, and so long. Out. Oh, and here's one more. You give this a break, and you're gonna see the difference. So if you're bloating a little bit and you need a break, just maybe take a week off and see what happens. Okay, take care. Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you for a good show. And take it easy. Take care. Bye bye.